Hello, I'm EG and this is Crocheting with EG. And in this video I have a couple yarn hauls. I have something I made, which wasn't that successful. Or I guess it was successful. It just I'm just not crazy about it. But I did make something. I actually used my yarn and actually crochet with. No, I crochet all the time, but I have been having a lot of just haul videos lately. But and I have a couple like random thrifty things, you know, in one of my variegated videos. But I'll start with the thing that I made, since I know that the last two videos were just like nothing but yarn. But I did make, I'd gotten some of that Yarn Bee Cozy Occasion. I usually buy that for my niece, so all that kind of like plushy yarn that, you know, sort of, she's not into amigurumi yet, but she wants to get into amigurumi, and so every time I see like that blanket kind of yarn, or that's what that Cozy Occasion reminds me of, that Yarn Bee Cozy Occasion. It reminds me of that Bernat blanket yarn, and I'm just not crazy about it, and I know that she's going to want to get into amigurumi, and so she's probably going to be using this, but there were a couple that I kept for myself, that this kind of green color, the olive green, and so I wanted to try to use this just to see what it would be like to use this yarn. And I realized like what it reminds me of, like the way I'm not crazy about the texture of it, and like working with it and feeling it in my hands a whole lot. Like what it reminds me of is like marshmallows. Like that's the best way to describe like the texture of this kind of like Cozy Occasion Bernat blanket yarn. Like even the way it springs back kind of reminds you of a marshmallow. I mean, I like marshmallows and stuff, but like I'm talking about like the texture of it, just like holding it in your hands and the way it kind of springs, and then sort of the, I mean, it's not like powdery, but it has that kind of like powdery feeling, that, you know, kind of dry feeling on the outside of a marshmallow. Just like touching it, like that's what I'm not crazy about. Just like the texture of it and the feeling of it. And so, and also like working with this yarn. This isn't Bernat blanket, but it just reminds me of that. Working with it. It was kind of a pain to. I messed up a couple stitches and I had to like frog it a little bit, and it was like, it was hard to kind of frog just because of the like the strand that's in here. It was like catching on itself. I don't know. I'm not crazy about this yarn. I mean, I got like a cowl out of it. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's way too big and bulky, and just like the texture is just so it's like freaking marshmallows. I swear to God, it's like marshmallow. So it's very odd looking. But I wanted to use my my EG stitch just to see like what it would be like working with this kind of yarn with my EG stitch, like a really bulky yarn. And I made this cowl, and it's utterly ridiculous. But like this is, I did make something out of it. I actually forced myself to, you know, work through it. And this is how much I have left of that Cozy Occasion. And so but I made a cowl, and it's already attached and everything, and I weaved in the ends, which was also kind of a pain because I had to use that that yarn needle, and like trying to pull that yarn needle like through this kind of yarn, like the stitches, like I'm not crazy about this yarn, and I'm glad that I got my niece some or whatever, but like I'm wondering if she's even gonna like using this. I don't know, but like and so I'm hoping that she does, because like if I get stuck with all of her yarn, like some of the yarn that she, like, let's say she just wants to crochet with like or two, I was gonna say one strand of like the medium four. She does seem to like to use like two strands, just because of that's how she saw me crocheting when she wanted to learn, and so she likes to use two strands of medium four yarn. So like, what if that's what all she wants to do? What if she doesn't want to get into amigurumi? What if she doesn't want to use this kind of yarn? What if she wants to use just like the regular medium fours? And so then I get stuck with like all this like Bernat blanket looking yarn, or like the Cozy Occasions, or like all those different kinds of yarn that are like this. And now I'm just like, do I have to work through this? I don't know. But it's just, I wasn't crazy about working with it, and so that's why I wanted to kind of try to force myself to work through this, just to see what it would be like. And I'm just not looking forward to using it. But it's way too, and like for yarn that's kind of springy, like, I mean, I swear to God, it's like marshmallows. I mean, it really is, the way it springs back. For yarn that's like that, it oddly has hardly any stretch at all. But yet when you push it, it springs back, but it doesn't have hardly any stretch at all. So it's way too bulky, and it looks like I'm wearing a neck brace or something. It's utterly ridiculous. I guess I could put it on, but it's so ridiculous. But I mean, at least I made something with it, and, you know, challenged myself and all that stuff. But I mean, it's okay, I guess, but it's way too bulky. I mean, it does feel like I climbed up on that ladder and I fell and busted my ass and I broke my neck. It feels like that if you saw that video from, you know, weeks and weeks ago. That joke I made, like when I was getting on a ladder. It does feel like, you know, I hurt my neck and I'm wearing a neck brace. It's just, it's way too bulky. I'm sure the stitch has a lot to do with it too. Maybe if I used a flatter stitch, just like a regular, like a single crochet or something, but it wouldn't be so bulky on my neck. But it feels like I'm in traction or whatever you call it. I don't know, but at least I made something with it. A mess of my hair. No, God, my big bushy beard, God. But anyway, so I did make this with it, and so that's something that I made. I don't know what I'll do with this. I'll keep it. Just I would never sell this, but I don't know. It's okay. I love the color, and you know the stitch looks pretty good in this yarn, but still, it's way too bulky and to be used as a cowl. And I guess I could have made it. I had enough where I could have made it a little bit bigger, but I wanted it to be like a cowl. But I guess I just like the measurements were wrong. I mean, it fits me good. It's not like it's not tight enough where it's actually a neck brace. I'm just exaggerating, but still, it sort of feels like it just because of how bulky this yarn is. And I'm not crazy about the texture, but at least I made this. And so I went into I did get some yarn from Hobby Lobby, which I'll get to, but I'm trying to keep this sort of in order because I have like all these bags here. But I went into Hobby Lobby, and I knew it wasn't one of their shipment days, but I went in there just to kind of look around, and because I was out, and I thought I might as well pop in there. And they did have some fabric and in the remnants. Actually, they do have fabric in the remnants, and not just yarn. No, they had this nice piece of fleece, and 58 inches by 29 inch. And I'm like doing the specs of fabric. God, ridiculous. I'm so in like YouTube mode, and like every single thing I buy, I'm doing the specs. Or no, except for yarn. I do the specs for everything except yarn. I don't ever do the specs for that, hardly ever. But whatever. So this is like a big piece of fleece, really nice and fluffy or whatever. I thought I could make pom-poms out of this. But this was only $6.19. So that was a good price for this, and a pretty big piece of fleece. So I got that in the remnants. No yarn, but I guess if I need it. But and then I went to Goodwill. And I was looking in their CDs, and they had a very special Christmas Live and a very special Christmas 3. And the Live is from Washington, D.C. But these are just like random CDs. But it has like some famous stuff: Mary J. Blige, John Bon Jovi, and John Popper, Tracy Chapman, Sheryl Crow, and Eric Clapton, and No Doubt, Blues Traveler, and like all like Hootie and the Blowfish, like all the people like from when I was growing up. And so Smashing Pumpkins, like these like Christmas CDs or whatever. I do love Christmas, and so I saw like I know like every single person on these CDs. So I went ahead and got these, and they had a CD there. It was like one of those Beatles anthology CDs, like one of those that's like extra thick, and like I know that I got that from my mom, or that we had found it out at one of the pawn shops, or no, probably Goodwill or Salvation Army. And I know I'd found her that CD a long time ago, but I didn't realize that there's like 3 volumes of that. We have like the documentary and stuff, like the big box set of the DVDs of that. But I didn't realize that those CDs, there's like multiple volumes. And so by the time I got home, Goodwill was closed, and so I couldn't pop back over there to see if it was like one that we didn't have, just to make sure. And so the next day I went over there, and the CD was gone. But I just feel like that volume that was in there in Goodwill for I think it was like $2 is the price of their CDs. It was one that we didn't have, and so that sucks. That I just assumed that we have. Like I need to. I have a phone now. Maybe I can like put it in my phone. I need to keep track of like because like I already feel. I used to like with my DVDs. I used to have a little book, and I still have it, but like I didn't keep update. Speech issues are so messed up. I didn't keep updating it like I should have, and so see, it threw me off. Now I'm in my head worrying about like, oh God, just don't stutter again. It's so frustrating. I just hate when all this stuff flares up. But but I used to I didn't keep updating it or whatever, and I get so many DVDs and stuff. But the reason I used to keep a little book with me is so that I wouldn't double dip on things. Unless there are things that I bought multiple copies of just because of like extra special features that aren't on the editions that I have. But like there have been times where I think I don't think I have this movie, and then I get it home and I'm like, oh crap. God, I almost said something. See, that's how off I am. I almost like cussed. But whatever. And so, see, one little thing like that, one little stutter, and it not only stumbles up the way I'm speaking, it stumbles up my my thought process. It's already cluttered enough in here, and all stumbled and jumbled and like stumbled, messed, and jumbled up and everything. But one little thing like that, it just like completely throws me off. So what was I saying? Talking about DVDs when this is like crocheting with EG, and I'm talking about in my DVD collection in my little book. Ridiculous. So I used to keep track of my DVDs and stuff, but what I need to do is keep track of like all of the other things, like the CDs, or like my mom's Beatles stuff, or like I keep track of my Lucy stuff, but I barely see that out. I need to keep track of like all this kind of stuff so I don't double dip on all this stuff too. But anyway, so I did go back to Goodwill, and it was gone, so that kind of sucks. That's just like a couple random things, and then in sequence. Of course, by the time this video comes out, it's already been like a month or two. But I did post, or I edited my EG Stitch tutorial video, and I posted it and everything. And I'm really happy with it. And I think that it's probably... See, my voice is, my stutters. Sorry I keep addressing it. It's irritating. That's just what's going on in my head. But I posted the Stitch tutorial, and I edited it all together. Edited it. Did I say that right? Who cares? So I edited it. Oh God. So I edited it all together, and I posted it and everything, and I think that I edited it right. God, I'm gonna get thrown up every time. I'm getting stumbled on edited, but then I'm like, I'm gonna get. Sometimes I talk really quickly, and sometimes it's just like a jumbled up mess that comes out. Whatever. Most of the time it's a jumbled up mess. But I think that the Stitch tutorial turned out right. It's a little repetitive. I probably went a little bit too slow, but I was so proud of the stitch and everything. I wanted to make sure that I explained it properly and took my time to show how the stitch is done. And so I think it turns out really nice. And then I put the swatches at the end, and I put the clip from my home movies. You know, me freaking out over the when I made the stitch or whatever at the very end of the video and stuff, and it did really well. I got, or as I'm filming this, I got 13 subscribers and over 800 views. But I couldn't believe that you know, it's up to like over 800 views, and I got, you know, all these subscribers from it and everything. So I'm really glad that that video was successful and stuff. And if you make anything in the EG Stitch, tell me in the comments below, and because I want to know what you made with it, and whether you found it easy to do, and I'm just really excited that I finally put my Stitch tutorial out there and all that. But on to other things. But I went into Michael's, and they sent me a coupon. It was buy one skein of yarn, get one half off. And so I thought that was a good deal. And so it basically, like, you know, 25% off. And so I wanted to use the coupon. And so I went over there, and I want to get more of that sapphire color, the big twist sapphire, because it's just like a gorgeous color. And it doesn't, I can't capture it very well on this crappy camera, but in person, it's just like the most vibrant teal blue color. It's just gorgeous. And so I want to get more of that. So I was going to get buy one and then get one half off. And so just to, you know, use the coupon and get some more of that sapphire. And so I went in there, and they had the yarn in that, you know, big cardboard thing. I was digging through it. I couldn't find, like, there was only one sapphire left. And there was just like a bunch of like regular solids and stuff. And so I didn't do the deal. And so, but then the next time I went in there, they were having a promotion, and I had that coupon, but the promotion was buy two skeins, get one free. And so I thought, like, that's probably a better deal than like buy one, get one half off. And so and then when I went back in there that time when they had that promotion, that they had more of the sapphire. So I got 5 sapphire. I got all the sapphire that they had, and because I want to make something really nice with this sapphire color, because like I said, there's a almost this exact shade in the Red Heart polo stripe. Every time, like when that's the kind of yarn I use to make my niece's throw blanket. And every time I'd get to this color, similar color, see, it's not coming out as well on camera. But every time I would get to that color when I was making her blanket, I was thinking, God, why doesn't Red Heart make a skein that exactly this color? It's such a gorgeous blue color, and like this teal, like this really vibrant teal blue. And then when I came across like Big Twist Sapphire, I thought, this is that color. Like, I mean, it's almost like this is going to be this is the closest thing that I'm going going to get to that color like by itself. And so I wanted to get more of this sapphire, and so I'm not really sure what I'm going to make with this yet, but I wanted to get all this sapphire. So I did get I took advantage of the deal, like, so twice. So it's like you buy 2, you get 1 free. And so I bought the 5 that they had, and so like you know, like I got 2 and then got 1 of them free, and then I bought the other 2, and then they didn't have any more of the sapphire. So I did get this purple color. I thought I could, because this is like a pretty purple that my mom would like, and so I can mix this with some of the yarns that I've gotten to make things for my mom with, and because it's a really pretty color. This is the big twist. And the color is lilac, so it's like a sort of a lilac purple. So that was like the extra, like the free one that I got with the other last 2 of the sapphire. But I did get 5 skeins of the sapphire and then this lilac color, and so I got that at Michael's. And while I was out, this was the day before Thanksgiving. We haven't, technically, as I'm filming this, we haven't had our Thanksgiving yet. We're going to have it on the weekend. But it's past Thanksgiving. But I wanted to, since I was out, you know, going to Michael's, I thought I'll pop into Hobby Lobby, even though I knew that it wasn't the shipment day or anything. But I thought, like, maybe they'll, you know, clearance the yarn early because, you know, Thanksgiving and like the closings and the, or I think they were closed on Thanksgiving, and I think they closed early on when, it doesn't matter. Who cares? But I knew that, like, because of the times, how they are closing early on one of the days, or, you know, closing all day on Thanksgiving, like, it might mess up the shipment days. And so I thought, like, maybe they'll discount it early, like discount the yarn early, or discount it later. I didn't know when it would be, so I thought, like, I'm out, so I'm gonna pop into Hobby Lobby. And there was some yarn in the remnant, so I don't know if this is like the shipment day yarn, and they just clearanced it early, or what. But I did get some yarn in there. Did I need it? Of course not. But I thought, like, I saw that yarn in there, and I thought, holy crap, because, you know, it wasn't a shipment day or anything, and so I thought, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Like, really nice yarns too. It was 12 skeins of yarn, and what was funny is I loaded it up in my cart, and then I was like walking through the store, and the woman that had clearanced the yarn for me that one week, like, you know, asked me to come over, and she like clearanced it, and we were like putting it in my cart. We like sort of not bumped into each other, but like we were going down the same aisle, and or I was like coming out of an aisle, and she was like going into it, and we just like shared this funny moment where we're like, oh, like that funny moment where you know, you're both going the same way, and you're trying to get around each other, and she laughed, and I don't know, in my head she like looked down at my cart and saw the yarn already in it, and that's why she started laughing too. I was just totally made up in my head, but like that's what I think that it wasn't just she was laughing because, oh, it was this awkward moment. I think she like looked in the cart and thought, oh yeah, he got it. I don't know, all made up in my head, but whatever. And so you know, 12 skeins of yarn. This Baby Bee Sweet Delight in the color, it's funny, color Sapphire. It's a really gorgeous teal. It's not like a vibrant, like a big bright teal. It's kind of like a deep dark teal. Not as pretty as that. I love this yarn in the antique teal. Not as pretty as that, but it's a really gorgeous, like deep dark teal color. It's called Sapphire. $1.49 for this because the regular price is $5.99. So I got that, like that thinner yarn, really nice and soft too. And then I love this yarn. Calm it down, and the color way. I'm gonna do that for the rest of my channel. I really am. As much as I love, I mean, I'm not crazy about the corporation, but like I love Hobby Lobby. So it's like if they had a mattress on the cutting table, I could live in Hobby Lobby. I practically do anyway. I'm there every freaking day. But whatever. But I do love the store. But whatever. So I love this yarn, calm it down. And I mean, or what? I love this yarn. And the colorway is Cappadocia. Like I've never gotten this before. It's one of those like striped yarns, or not striped, heathered. Is that what it is? I guess you'd call this heathered. It's like you can tell it's like two different colors wrapped around each other. But Cappadocia, Cappadocia. I guess that's how you say that. But it's like the base of it is a gray color, and it has the stripe around it. There's some brown parts where it's brown stripe, parts where it's yellow, and then kind of like a darker brown. Really interesting. I've never gotten this before because I would have remembered that. Oh, this is called I Love This Yarn Colors. I've never seen that before. I don't, unless I just missed that too. But I love the yarn colors. Like I don't know. But it's one of those like heathered looking yarns. Cappadocia or whatever. Oh, and then they had some of this Yarn Bee Velvety Smooth in the Counting Cloud. They had another one, since like in some of my other videos, I thought like, oh, I can't find this in the store. Where I was looking, where I thought like because I love this colorway. It's the Yarn Bee Velvety Smooth Counting Cloud. It has like all these, I already said that. It's all over the place today. But it has all these different shades of gray. It's like that kind of plush yarn, like a velvety yarn. Not like that Bernat blanket kind of yarn, but kind of a velvet, it's called Velvety Smooth. But it's all these gorgeous shades of gray. And when I went looking to see if they like still had this in the store when I got this in the clearance that one week, where I was looking was where like some of the plush yarns are. This is where the some of the bulkier yarns are, and where I guess they have like the velvet yarns separate from like the plush yarns. Like it's hard for me to distinguish between them sometimes. But so they do have like this velvety yarn. It's still in the store, so they didn't get rid of this colorway. While I was there, they don't have any other colorways like this. When I saw this, I was hoping that they would have like this kind of velvety yarn in all kinds of different colors, like in this kind of variegated mix sort of way, but they don't. But this gray is really gorgeous, and so but they do still have this. But I got another one clearance, $1.24, regular price $4.99. And then they had this one. I love this yarn print and the colorway Painted Canyon. I think I do have that one somewhere. Did I make a swatch out of this? I can't remember. I made so many swatches for that EG Stitch video. I can't remember if I made a swatch out of this or not. Not out of this game, but like the other one I have. I'm not really sure. The colors, this kind of reminds me, I know it's like Painted Canyon, but like it kind of reminds me of like something from like a, like this, resting my chin out. It kind of reminds me of like the colors of like the 1980s, early 90s, like a skating rink kind of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that you know, swoosh thing or whatever that's on on those cups. You know, it kind of reminds. I mean, they're not the exact same colors, but like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of reminds me of like something that, you know, with that aesthetic that would kind of match that look of like, you know, the 1980s, the early. I used to love going to the roller rink. The skating rink. The roller rink when 1960. I used to love going to the skating rink all the time, and I would literally go Friday night, Saturday night, and then Sunday in the afternoon, like every weekend. And I just loved going to the skating rink. And so in my town, and but no, in the neighboring town. God. So I'm like still in my head. I'm like, you know, analyzing every single thing that I'm saying. But I used to love going there every week. I can get on. I bust my ass, you know, on the thing if I got on skates now. But like, I used to love going to the skating rink. And but it kind of reminds me, just like especially that kind of teal color in this. It kind of reminds you of like, doesn't it remind you of like the, you know, the 1980s, the early night. I mean, there's like some orange and stuff in this, and yellow. It kind of reminds you of like southwestern colors. I guess that's why it's called Painted Canyon. But like, just that teal in this, just you know, that's like the most prominent color in this, and it just kind of reminds, like from far away, it just reminds you of something from like the 1980s, the early 90s kind of thing. It really does. But it's like there's some white and some yellow and some a kind of a dark bluish black, and then that teal color, and then sort of a terracotta orange, but it's all mixed together, and it's a really pretty interesting colorway. So I got one of those, and they had another Yarn Bee Pearl Spun. I do love this Pearl Spun. I don't think I've gotten this purple color. I mean, I'm not really sure. It's called Majestic Plum, and it's like the kind of plum color. This is a really gorgeous plum color. There are some plums that almost look a little brownish purple. This is a really gorgeous plum color. Like if all the plums and all the plum colors in yarn were this color, like I wouldn't mind that. It's not like a vibrant purple, but it's kind of like a sort of a muted purple and like a darker shade. Like this is a gorgeous plum color. So 99 cents. I just can't get over how this yarn feels so nice, and it gives such good. I keep messing that up too. It gives such good stitch definition. I could say Professor Layton have the pass back and all that. Good stitch definition. But I just can't get over that these skeins are only 99 cents clearance. A regular price $3.99. Even that would be not for me because I'm cheap. But whatever. But 99 cents. I'm gonna grab it up every single time I see it. There's that. And then a fur yarn, which I think I've gotten this kind of fur before. I do have a couple fur yarns. Maybe not. I don't. Or, I'm sure I have. If it didn't have so much damn yarn. No, I would remember this. It's the color Husky. I don't think I have this. It's kind of like a gray fur yarn. It's Yarn Bee for the moment, the label has been taped because it was it ripped just because of how bulky this is. For the moment, FUR, in the color Husky. So it's like a gray mix of because the one I have is, or there's a couple like this, is sort of like a peachish, pinkish color. This is like a gray mix, so it's a really nice fur yarn. I'll put on, you know, the edge of hats or something. I don't know. And then they had, I'm saving this one for last. I love this yarn and the color Gray Mist. Another Gray Mist, God. Because like in my last video, or as I'm filming this, I don't know how I'm going to insert all the Christmas videos, but in my last video I got like 4 of these, and now I got another one. But what is, it's like a gorgeous silvery gray color, so I had to get it. $1.24, regular price $4.99, of course. And then they had a Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek Chunky, and the color is light gray. This feels a little more of like a taupish gray though. I mean, it is a light gray, but like, see, compared to this, see how this is more of like hopefully you can see, this is more like a gray. This is kind of like a taupish, almost like an ivory-ish gray. But it's like it's a chunky yarn, and regular price $4.99, got it for $1.24. So it's a nice, really nice soft yarn, but it's just a little more on the taupe side. But I got that one, and then and this one, I didn't feel how odd this was in the store, but when I got it home, I thought, this feels so odd. It's Yarn Bee Fundamental Cotton, and the colorway is just white. But this feels, I don't know. This was, I sort of regretted getting this. I mean, is this a good cotton? It sort of feels not as stiff as the Cozy Occasion. I mean, not as stiff as the Crafter's Secret cotton. But it's not soft like the I Love This cotton. So it's a little like in the middle between those two. I don't know. It doesn't. It feels like it's not going to split as much. So I may end up using this. I mean, but I'm not crazy about the feel of this. It's just a little stiff on the stiff side, like, you know, the cotton yarn that feels a little stiff. It just feels a little odd. But it's called Fundamental Cotton. The regular price is $5.49 for this. Got it for $1.37. But I don't know. I just kind of grabbed it up, and later on I thought, why does it feel so weird? I thought it was like maybe just like a little scratchy yarn, but it's because it's cotton. Is it 100% cotton? I don't know. 100% mercerized. There's that word again. Mercerized cotton. It doesn't feel as nice as the I Love This cotton. So I don't know. It does feel like it's twisted better. This doesn't feel like it will split as easily. I mean, if at all. Is this gonna split at all? I don't know. Oh yeah, I guess if I twist, but the twist on this is really tight, and so maybe it'll be easier to work with. I'm not really sure. Is this a medium 4? Medium 4. It feels a little thin, but it's a medium 4 weight yarn. So I might end up regret getting this, but I don't know, because I usually save all the Crafter's Secret cotton for other people because I'm just not crazy about that. But like, this might be easier to work with than that. So but I don't know. But I did get that one, and sort of mistakenly, but you know, it does feel a little bit better than the Crafter's Secret cotton. So I don't know. God, how many times have I said that? Like, I'm so in my head, I'm thinking, God, that's like the 4th time you said that. You repetitive ass. Whatever. Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek, low pill fiber, and one of these like smaller skeins, and the colorway is Oatmeal. And I may have gotten this before. It's a gorgeous, like a kind of a tan color, and it has all these speckles in it, these brown speckles in it. Really gorgeous, and really like that low pill, you know, anti-pilling kind of yarn. It's so soft. I just love the feel of it, and the colorway is really gorgeous. I love the speckle in this. So I got one of those. And then the last one, I couldn't believe that. They had a sparkle yarn. I love this yarn metallic and the color black. And a regular price $4.99, got it for $1.24. And it's one of those black, or it's one of those metallic yarns where it's like a silver strand, which is gorgeous. Like I said, I would prefer to have the metallic strand be the same color as the yarn. But this one is really gorgeous anyway. I mean, just all the sparkle in it, you know, with the silver strand. It does look really nice with the black. So I'm glad I got that. And so it was just like sort of random. Unless this was the shipment day, or did they have an early shipment day, or were they gonna, or was the shipment day gonna be late because of, you know, the Thanksgiving holiday, and so they just decided to, you know, put this out before Thanksgiving, or I don't know. It's just like completely random. It is, sometimes it does feel like they're only clearancing them on the shipment day, but then sometimes I'll pop in there for, you know, something random. Oh, I need some glitter for something, or oh, I need a poster board. and then I'll walk in there and there'll be some in the remnants, and so I'll finally get to the point where, okay, I'll just go like once a week. That's probably going to be when the yarn's going to be there. But then something like that makes me think, oh, I should go in there more often, and then I'm like back to going there every single day. And then a couple of days will go by, and then I'll think, well, they haven't had anything, so I'll just go on the shipment days, and then I'll pop in for some other reason. Oh, I'm out and I didn't find anything at Michael's, so maybe I'll just pop in just to see. And then there'll be some in there. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, but I did get those 12 skeins from Hobby Lobby. And what was funny was, I went through the line getting that yarn, and the guy that was working, he was like a really young guy, and you could tell he just like practically just started working there, because he was like, he had to keep checking the little paper to see like what the sales were and stuff, and he actually said, oh, are these supposed to be 30% off, like sort of like openly saying it, like, are these supposed to be 30% off, because it was 30% off week, and I actually stupidly, no, he would have found out anyway, but like I said, oh no, it wouldn't be 30% off, these are like the clearance prices and stuff, these are 75% off, so it wouldn't be, you wouldn't add the 30% off to that. And then as I was saying, I was thinking, why did I even say it? I could have gotten 30% off of it. No, but I wouldn't have, because he called one of the managers over and said, are these 30% off? And the manager was like, oh no, it's just like those orange stickers that you go by that, and you don't go by the sales. Those aren't on any further sale. And then when he was like walking away, I thought like, God, I hope that the manager didn't think that, oh, my cheap ass was going to the line, getting this yarn, knowing that it was a really deep discounted price or whatever, and then made this, young guy, I was about to say young kid, that little young kid at the make that young kid like call somebody over, because like I was trying to get it even more discounted. Like I was correcting him. I was telling him that they're not discounted, like an idiot. And then when he called him over, I thought, God, I hope that the manager doesn't think that it was me asking. My voice changing again. No, I hope he didn't think that it was me asking that, because like I know that these are like really deep discounted prices and stuff, and I hope that not that I should care. I hope the manager didn't think that I was like the cheap ass, trying to get an even bigger discount on 75% off clearance yarn or whatever. But so that happened. After I paid for my yarn and I was putting my cart back, there was this woman that was, she was coming out of one of the lines, and I was like putting my cart back, and I was giving it, there's this really nice guy in there, the one that like pushes the broom around. I've actually sort of befriended him. I'm starting to befriend all these people in there. It's weird, or not befriend them, it's not like I know them by name, but like, and they don't know me by name either, but like, there are people that I keep like passing by, and they'll say, oh hey, you're in here again, or like, it's getting to the point where like, I'm sort of feeling like, am I... I want to go through Hobby, not that they're perfectly nice, but like all these people that I talk to every once in a while, but it's getting to the point where like I'm interacting with more of these people, or they're starting to notice more. And they might have noticed before, but like I'm in there so much that people are starting to notice me, and I want to go in there and feel like I'm sneaking and getting all the yarn and getting out and stuff, but there are people that are starting to notice me, and so notice me enough to say like, oh hey, you're in here again, or you find anything good, or like it's not like it's like a big conversation, but like people are starting to notice me enough to like say oh hey to me, which is perfectly fine, but like I want to get in and not be noticed and like get out with my big cart full of yarn, or my big bags full of yarn, you know what I'm saying? So he was like pushing all the carts into the thing with all the other carts, and I was like standing there like waiting to like hand him my cart so that he could push it in there. And the woman that was coming out of another register, she like, okay, like let's say the cart thing is like this way, and I'm like in the cart thing, like handing him the cart, and so like it's like this way, and the woman was like coming from this way, and so she was like sort of walking towards me, and like not even that guy was like deep into the thing, pushing the carts in there. She was like walking towards me. She took her cart and just kind of went like this, and then turned around and like went back to the register, like sort of pushed it towards me, like not even towards me. It was like the rack was right here, and I was like sort of in the rack, like giving that guy my cart, and I was like sort of, and she just kind of like pushed her cart towards there, and just like turned around and went back to the register. I thought like, it was like so freaking rude, and so like I felt like, okay, was she pushing it to me? Was she pushing it to the guy? She was just kind of like abandoning her cart, like I'm done, and like pushing. It was just like so rude and weird. And so that guy, I gave him my cart, and he like pushed it in there, and then I took that woman's cart, trying to doing her job for her, and she should have been the one who pushed it in there. But I took her cart and like handed it to him, and we shared this. He's a really nice guy, and we shared this moment, like kind of this look, and and he kind of like chuckled and went, people, and like I thought like that's a really nice way of saying what I thought in my head. The words that flew in my head weren't that nice and polite or whatever, but like that's what he said, people, and I thought like no, it's a lot worse than that. But I thought you don't just like walk up to the rack thing. Not even, it's not like she walked up to the rack this way like I was facing and like pushed it in there and didn't like push the cart into the other carts. It wasn't even on the inside of the thing. She was like pushing it. I was like, it was like the weirdest thing. I just thought, oh, okay. Like, I grabbed the cart. I should have said, ma'am, you left your cart here. Or like, I don't know. It was just like, it was so odd. Like, just the oddest thing. People are just like so rude and weird nowadays. But on to something else. On Thanksgiving, we were driving around. There was like nothing open in town. We were just kind of like driving around just to see what was open. And of course, we drove past Hobby Lobby. And of course, the parking lot was completely empty. Now, I thought like, God, I wish it was open because this would be the perfect time to go in there and not have to deal with a bunch of customers all around. But it was completely empty because there was nobody working because they were closed. But I joked to my mom that like I wish I had my camera and that you can film me and then I could be in the parking lot saying because it was like so empty and there was like not even any employee cars around. I thought it would have been funny to like for me to have me in the parking lot and like my mom filming and saying like well, no knitting needle to the neck today, and but of course I wouldn't do that. But like I was just joking. But my mom said well we do have your phone, like a crappy phone that I mean it does take videos, but it doesn't take very good videos. But I thought like I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to actually do that. I told my mom that I was just joking or whatever. But it would have been funny for me to like stand there in my Hobby Lobby parking lot and say that. But it was a total joke. I wouldn't have really done that. But it was just like one thing that we did on Thanksgiving. Oh, speaking of Thanksgiving, I had the idea to kind of freehand crochet a turkey leg because I thought it would be funny. You've already seen it. I know you've already seen it because I've already posted it. But I wanted to do it like a Thanksgiving video and talk about how thankful I am to everybody in this whole YouTube experience and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I did get 2 super thanks. I'll give you a shout out later in the video. But I wanted to do like a turkey leg, and I can't wait to show my niece this when she comes over for Thanksgiving this weekend. And she's just gonna freak it. She's gonna either think it's really funny or really think, God, I don't know what you're gonna think of the ridiculous turkey leg that I made, but I wanted to put it in the beginning of my video and act like I was eating a turkey leg. And if you saw, you've seen it already if you've seen that video, but it's utterly ridiculous. But I wanted to show this is the turkey leg that I did, and so I made I just kind of free-handed it and I made the shape of a turkey leg and made like the bone sticking out or whatever, and then I hot glued it to some poster board on the back, like that thick like styrofoam poster board, just to make sure that it was extra thick, because like when I was holding it up I didn't want it to like flop, and I wanted it to be like kind of big and significant like this, so when I was taking a bite out of it like an idiot in that video it would be like stiff enough where it wouldn't collapse on itself. So but I did make that, and I know you've seen that, but I didn't talk about it in the video. I just had it at the very beginning of that video acting like I was eating it and offering you a bite if you wanted it, well, whatever. And so I did make that and I'm gonna show my niece when she comes over. I'm probably gonna, like, when she comes over, I'll probably say something like, and I saved you a turkey leg, because usually on Thanksgiving I make chicken. I don't make a turkey anymore because it's such a pain in the ass to thaw those damn things. And plus chicken tastes a lot better, and I'm making it in one of those big Dutch ovens, and it's so moist and nice. But I make chicken, so I don't make a turkey anymore. So I thought I could, I'll say something like, "Oh, I saved you a turkey leg," and then like hand it to her and see what she does. I don't know what she'll do or whatever, but hopefully she'll think it's funny and stuff. But I did make that, and so it's just like a random thing. But because of that ridiculous Thanksgiving video, oh my God, I know it's ridiculous, like the whole turkey leg thing, but whatever. But I did want to make a Thanksgiving video to say how thankful I am to you. And then I get 2 super thanks in that video. It's supposed to be like me being thankful for you, and then you give me super thanks or whatever. I mean, I every single time I get them, I'm just completely blown away. I just can't believe it. But Delia B1 and Jody Belton 65, I just want to give you both shout outs because I've adored talking with both of you in the comments and stuff. We had some really nice conversations and made me laugh so many times. I just love talking to all of you in the comments and stuff. But I wanted to shout them out because they gave me super thanks, and I'm really grateful. And it was a wonderful Thanksgiving surprise or whatever. I'm about to say Christmas. I'm so involved in Christmas. Like right now, as I'm filming this, I'm like making all this stuff for Christmas. But like, I think about Christmas all year around anyway, because I have my Christmas tree up in there. All year round, and we just love Christmas. And we even watched, even though it's not Christmas yet, we watched the Homecoming, the Waltons Christmas movie, and we love that movie. And so it's the movie that came out before the show The Waltons, and it has like all the same kids, but like some of the other people are different. And but we love the Homecoming. It doesn't come on TV anymore, but we have the DVD. But my mom and I love we're getting into like watching our Christmas movies and stuff. But I just wanted to say thank you for the super thanks, and thank you all for all the support you've given me through my ridiculous channels and videos and stuff. And I love talking with you all in the comments and stuff. But like this whole experience and you all are like what I'm most grateful for this year. I mean, I am so thankful that like thinking about like the state of my YouTube channel last year and just like how I was feeling last year, it feels really good to know how my channel has been the success that it has to me this year, and that I get to share like the feeling of being thankful and Thanksgiving. And I know I've already talked about this in the Thanksgiving video, but like I just wanted to say it again here. Whenever this video is, what is it going to be, February, March? I don't know. But another Thanksgiving, or whatever. I just wanted to say how grateful I am to all of you, and how thankful I am that this year, or it'll be next year by the time this comes out. But like this year, I felt really lucky that my channel has been the success that it has, and I was able to interact with so many people and connect with so many people, because before it was like I got like maybe 1 or 2 comments, and so over like over 60 videos, and so to wake up and then click on my YouTube, and then there's like all these comments that I get to interact with all of you, and so like like twice a week, it's amazing. And so I'm so thankful. Again, I'm so thankful for all of you because of this whole YouTube experience, and being able to connect with you, and inspiring me to make ridiculous shit like this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is so ridiculous, but I can't wait for my niece to see it, but whatever. So I wanted to, give Delia B1 and Jody Belton 65. I just wanted to shout you out again, because I'm just so thankful and grateful. But anyway, I think the rest of this stuff is just like, thrifty finds or like whatever, but I'll go through it really quickly. It's just like a bunch of random stuff that's not really that important, but I just wanted to show this stuff. I'll save this bag right here for last, because there's something crochet related. So I'll kind of book in the video with something crochet related, even though this is a bunch of thrifty stuff. But I went to Salvation Army, and they had, I went to Restore first, and they had this Scrabble puzzle book. My mom and I love playing Scrabble, and so it has, it's like these games and stuff. It kind of reminds you of like a crossword book or whatever, except that they're like Scrabble boards and stuff, where you try to figure out like what words go where and stuff. I mean, it's really cool. Not that we need that. Like my mom and I, the scores that we get playing Scrabble, like we come up with some of the most obscure words. I can barely talk in videos, but like I can, we are both really good at it. The words that we come up with, I don't know where the hell they come. We come up with them in our minds, but like we have such fun playing Scrabble. And so this is just like, it feels like it's a crossword puzzle book, except with Scrabble boards and like all these jumbled words down here, and you can like play it like almost like a crossword. But I got that at that Restore. What is it? I can never remember it. Habitat for Humanity Restore, and so they have like a lot of books, and they must have a big overstock, because they're like getting rid of them like really cheaply. And so we went up to the register. This is all we found, and she said, "Oh, 5 cents." And I thought, 5 cents for this? It's like a hardback book and everything. I wish Goodwill had those kind of prices, but no, the hardback books in Goodwill are like it doesn't matter. But going on to some other thing, like complaining about prices, but this was she said 5 cents, and I thought, oh, holy crap! And so I was going through my change, and I had everything but a frickin' nickel. I had like dimes and quarters on, and I had 4 pennies, and I said, I only have 4 pennies. And I was like getting ready to give her like a dime, and she said, oh no, I'll take the 4 pennies, and because she said, because of all this stuff with the penny shortage, and how pennies are getting hard to find, and how stores are starting to like either round up or round down, because they'd stopped making pennies and stuff. She said that, oh, I'll take those 4 pennies, because I'm running out of pennies. I'm not going to get very many pennies that often. And so she took 4 pennies. So instead of 5 cents, which was only 4 cents. So a deal, but whatever. And so but she took 4 cents for that. So I got this for 4 cents. I can't believe it's like hardback book and everything, but whatever. And so in that same day, I went over to Goodwill. I mean, I probably did. I go to so many stores. I went to Salvation Army, And they had a whole bunch of movies. Like, I don't know why they had so many movies in there, but they had a whole bunch, and I got to go through them. A lot of them were like, oh, good but got it, good but got it, good but got it. So that kind of sucked. But they did have a whole lot of movies in there. And the movies were like 50 cents a piece. DVDs, like 50 cents a piece. It was crazy just how many that they had in there. And so I went through, like, because there were some like really obscure movies and stuff, but I felt like I got that too, and there was one in there. God, I know I spent like $20 on it on eBay, secondhand. So like some really good deals in there for people that don't have all the movies that I have. But it was just like just all kinds of movies in there. And so this one has Celia. The only reason I got this is because it had Celia Ward in it. Suburban Madness. I don't know if it'd be any good or not, but I do like Celia Ward. And her, she was in that movie. I know I've seen her in other things, but Trans-America, she was in that. She was in a couple other movies I've seen, but I can't remember her name. But Celia Ward's in this, but that may be good. Ricky Martin Europa, like a concert. I don't know. It feels like it's from the like early 2001, so it might be like all his hits from the 2000s or the 90s or whatever. So a concert of Ricky Martin, like totally obscure. Like I never would see that anywhere else. Surrender Dorothy with Diane Keaton. I do like Diane Keaton, and so I got that. And I don't know if that'd be any good. A lot of these are just blind buys, but for 50 cents, I thought, oh, I know that person, so I'll get that movie. But whatever. And so there were a ton in there I could have gotten if I didn't already have them. Fatal Contact, Bird Flu in America. I'm sure this is some TV movie or something. It has Jolie Richardson from Nip Tuck, and I've seen her other things too. She's really good. And that guy that played Chelsea's dad on 2.5 Men. That was a really funny part. He's in this movie too. But this is probably like a TV movie. I'm sure. If not a TV movie, it's probably like some sort of generic. Oh, it has that Machado. What's her name? Vanessa from 6 Feet Under's in this too. Whatever. I like her too. So that's just like about bird flu. And then it's all about love. I got this because it has Claire Danes in it. I love Claire Danes from My So-Called Life and Homeland, and I've loved her in practically every single thing I've seen her in. The Hour, she's good in that too. Whatever. And then this is the Blu-ray, 50 cents. Peppermint with Jennifer Garner. I love Jennifer Garner. I've loved her. She kicks ass in this movie, really. But I've loved her since I saw her in Alias. I used to love Alias. The first 3 seasons, the 4th and 5th, they're okay. But I did love Alias. Like Alias was one of my favorite shows. It has the best episode of any drama I think like. It was their post-Super Bowl episode, the episode called Phase 1. Like, one of the best, like, post-Super Bowl, like, best drama episodes of all time, I think. I loved Alias. But Peppermint is really good, too. She kicks ass in this movie. But I just really... And then this is the Blu-ray. I think I just have the DVD. And so it's like the Blu-ray DVD. 50 cents. It's crazy. So I do find some deals sometimes. There are, especially on DVDs, because there are some... mainly Goodwill. Goodwill puts too high of a price on, they're like generic. Some of them are scratched and like, oh, here, this DVD is $2.99. It's like, it's all scratched up and everything. Some of them are like missing the bonus discs or whatever. Here's like $2.99. But there are some pawn shops around here, or like, Salvation Army sometimes, or the Restore. Pawn shops mainly. I found some really good deals on some DVDs and stuff and Blu-rays. So that's like the best place to find them if you are getting sick of all these streaming services and stuff, and you want to go back to the physical media. And the special features are worth the money alone. Worth it. God, frustrating. Worth way more than that. I just need to calm down. But my brain is just so freaking fast. It's worth way more than that because the special features are something that you can't find on the streaming services. But whatever. And so I did get those at the Salvation Army. And then the last thing, I did go to Goodwill. I don't know why I said I probably went to Goodwill. I did go to Goodwill. That's where I got these cups. I have one upstairs. It's for my brother for Christmas. And I'm keeping all the Christmas stuff upstairs because they're supposed to be coming over this weekend for Thanksgiving. And so I didn't want like my brother and sister-in-law and my niece to walk through here and think, oh, there's that. They're going to like see some of this stuff that I've gotten at thrift stores. But I did get in this bag of cups, and I'll put a shot in. I'll like a little insert shot or whatever. I did get a cup, like, I got this bag of mugs, and, make all kinds of noise. I got this bag, it's like this, bag of mugs, and, it was all packaged together for $5, and, the only reason I got it is because of the only reason I got it is because of one of the mugs in here, but there was one mug in here that was just like a really odd looking mug, and I just thought that looks kind of weird, but whatever. I'll just put all the other mugs with the yard sale stuff, but I did want this one mug right here. But then when I was like going through the mugs when I got home, I was looking at it, and like down in the bottom of the mug, like, you know, where the liquid goes, there's a Christmas Story logo, and my brother and sister-in-law love A Christmas Story. My brother especially, like every single Christmas, he would be the one to like be sitting there watching it, you know, I was about to say 20 times, for 24 hours, you know, when they would have the marathons of A Christmas Story every Christmas, and he would be the one sitting there watching it all day. And I know I've seen like clips, I've probably seen the whole movie just in pieces and never like all in sequence, but it was the cup part of the mug is the lampshade like flipped upside down, and then the handle is like the leg part of the lamp, and I mean, it's really cool, and so that's gonna go with my brother. It's just gonna be like this extra thing for my brother for Christmas. But that was like, it was just, it looked in the bag, it just looked like this weird looking mug. I was like, what the hell? And but then when I saw the Christmas Story logo on it, I thought, oh, this can be perfect for, you know, like an extra little bonus gift for my brother. But these mugs, they're just like weird, like random mugs. But then I'll show this one last. I'll save these for last. I did get this wasn't in this bag. This is just separate. This is $1.99. It's a Hogwarts mug, like, you know, Harry Potter mug. It has like the Hogwarts crest on it, and it's like, it's metal. It's like this like an actual metal thing affixed to this affixed to where the hell that see that's why I'm good at Scrabble, because I spit out words and I'm thinking, where the hell did that come from? Affixed. It's like the Hogwarts crest like on the actual mug, and it's really cool. It's like this metal thing. So it's like a metal mug, like a stainless steel looking mug, but it's really cool. This is only $2, and so I'll put that with my Harry Potter stuff. But as far as the bag of mugs, there's a pig, like not like the ones that you know were leapfrogging, like the ones I got from you know, Goodwill before, but this is just like a pig, and that'll go, I mean, it's adorable, but it'll go with my yard sale stuff probably. But it's just like a random pig mug. And then this one has a dog on it, dog with glasses or whatever. I don't know, it's just like a random mug. And then this one says turning coffee into education. I guess, you know, that would be like for a teacher or something. I don't know. It's like a random mug. And this one, it says, a team effort is a lot of people doing what I say. This looks like something that, you know, a boss would have. Or you know, some suck-up employee would give to their boss. I don't know, but then it says, like, brilliant boss on the back. I don't know. It's something that would be on a boss's desk, I guess. But whatever. That'll just be like another random mug to go with my yard sale stuff. But this is why I got that bag. Even though it was $5, it was worth it just for this mug alone. And so let me try to block the picture first. So it says, home is where the heart is, and then heart is crossed out, and then the word cat is there. And so there's that. And then you can see like down the bottom, what is that? Is it a string? Like, what is it? It's yarn. Look how adorable this is. I cannot believe that this was in that bag. So it's like a cat. Like, I'm getting a lot of cat stuff. Like, I do love cats, and I had a cat, you know, a long time ago, but I don't have a cat now, but I'm getting a lot of cat stuff now because, you know, that's the only thing that, you know, they put yarn on. It's stupid you go into Hobby Lobby and they don't have, like, you know, any yarn decorative thing, like, or decorative things or that have yarn on it. They should, like, you know, mugs and pictures and all that. But if they did, they would just be, it would just be like pictures of cats or whatever. They have so many freaking Highland cows in there. Like I mean, they're adorable, but like every single thing is like a Highland cow. Somebody should start a trend where Highland cows love yarn, or like, you know, Highland, like somebody should start a trend where like pictures of Highland cows playing with balls of yarn, so that, you know, there'd be all kinds of like yarn stuff in Hobby Lobby, but whatever. And so, but this is just like a cat with like a basket of yarn, and so it's probably gonna go on this little shelf here. What I need to do sometime when I like reorganize my yarn room and stuff to put away all these hauls and stuff I'm getting. I need to maybe a shelf here or like one here. Like take a shelf and like put all these little knickknacks on here, like, you know, this thing, or like, you know, the little gnome that it looks like she's crocheting or knitting or whatever, and there is another gnome with all the other gnomes in there. That, in fact, let me get it while I'm talking about it. There's this gnome too that looks like, you know, her sister or something, and it looks like she's wearing a crocheted hat and a crocheted dress, and I want to put her in here too with all this, you know, crochet yarn stuff, and then the little box that I got with the kitties, and you know, that one with the little balls of yarn, and I thought it might be kind of cool to like put that kind of stuff on a shelf here. You probably wouldn't see it because of my my chair or whatever, but I do want to kind of display this. I could put it here with my ceramics, but it's getting kind of full, and I'm starting to get like, you know, mugs and all kinds of stuff, you know, these little gnomes and or like whatever. But the more stuff I get, you know, the more I don't want to like keep having to push my ceramics back. I want to like, you know, have a dedicated shelf for, you know, ridiculous stuff like this, or like it'd be kind of cool to like figure out a way to. I don't want to hang my the skein of yarn ornament on my shelf here, but if I had something that I could hang it on that was in the shelf, I would feel better about that. But I don't want to have that ornament hanging here. Right now it's just hanging on my Christmas tree, but like it would be kind of cool to have all that kind of like knick-knack kind of stuff, you know, in a shelf somewhere here on my wall. But I don't know, but that's going to be for another video in the future or whatever. But I just couldn't believe how adorable this mug was. I'm not going to drink anything on camera, you know, yeah, like ridiculous. That's all I need to do is like be drinking, you know, coffee on camera or whatever, and slurping like an idiot. But I do want to you know, have this in here. I don't know if I'm going to actually use it because I don't want anything to happen to it, because it's freaking adorable. But I'm going to have it, you know, displayed here with my yarn stuff, you know, underneath my, you know, yarn picture, kitty yarn, a lot of kitty pictures with yarn and stuff, and the puzzle which I need to hang up and all that. But anyway, so I ended on something crochet related, or yarn related at least. But anyway, I know this video was just like completely all over the place and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and comment down below. And happy Thanksgiving again, even though it's like, you know, March, or by the time I get to Christmas, it's gonna be like, oh, Merry Christmas. It's gonna be like actually Christmas in July, by the time I get to those videos or whatever. But anyway, like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.